Welcome to the European Association for Higher Education Advancement's YouTube and podcast channel. Get ready for a deep dive into the world of education, specifically the hottest new technology trends hitting schools. We're taking our cues from a fantastic article by the European Association for Higher Education Advancement.
Yes.
And let me tell you, some of these trends are truly transforming how students learn. Think classrooms where learning feels like playing a video game. Intrigued! I know I was. Let's get started.
What's fascinating about these trends is that it's not just about the technology itself. It's about how technology can fundamentally change the learning experience for students.
Right. It's not just about having the latest gadgets. Okay, so the first trend we're diving into is blended learning, basically. It's about combining the best of traditional classroom learning with the power of technology.
Exactly. And this approach is so powerful because it allows educators to cater to different learning styles and paces. Imagine a classroom where some students are working on interactive online modules, while others are collaborating on a hands-on project. Blended learning makes that kind of personalized learning possible.
It also encourages students to become more independent learners.
Right.
Instead of just passively listening to a lecture, they're actively engaged in the learning process.
Absolutely. Blended learning really pushes students to think critically, solve problems, and take ownership of their learning. These are skills that are essential not just for academic success, but also for navigating the complexities of the 21st century world.
Which brings us to the next trend, flipped learning. Now, this one might sound a little strange at first. Think of it as homework happening in class or classwork happening at home.
That's a great way to put it. With flipped learning, students engage with the material beforehand, usually through videos or online resources. Then, class time is devoted to activities that really solidify that learning, things like discussions, dot projects, or solving problems together.
The EHEA actually outlines 4 key pillars for effective flipped learning: a flexible environment, a culture of learning, intentional content, and the important role of the educator. These pillars ensure that flipped learning is a well-rounded experience.
And it's about shifting the power dynamic in the classroom. In a flipped setting, students become active participants in their learning, not just passive recipients of information. They can explore topics at their own pace, ask questions as they arise, and really delve into areas that spark their curiosity.
Okay, now for something that I think we can all get behind, gamification.
Yeah.
Seriously, who doesn't love a good game? But can we actually learn through games?
The research actually says yes. Think about it. Games tap into our natural instincts for challenge, accomplishment, and rewards. So when you apply those game-like elements to learning, it can make education much more engaging and even, dare I say, fun.
I remember playing these educational computer games as a kid.
Yeah.
And I would get so absorbed in the challenges and puzzles I was learning, but it didn't feel like work. It felt like playing.
Exactly. Games can provide immediate feedback, encourage collaboration, and allow students to learn from their mistakes in a safe and engaging environment. And let's not forget the power of personalized learning paths. Some games can adapt to each student's individual needs and skill level, providing a truly tailored learning journey.
All right. Let's shift gears and talk about the more practical side of things, digital textbooks. These are becoming increasingly popular, and for good reason.
Yeah.
No more lugging around those massive textbooks.
Right. But it's more than just convenience. Digital textbooks are often more affordable than traditional textbooks, which is huge for accessibility. Plus, think about the ability to update information instantly, ensuring students always have the latest knowledge.
And they can incorporate so many cool interactive features. Imagine videos, simulations, even built-in quizzes to test your understanding. It's a much more engaging way to learn than just reading text on a page.
And for students with learning differences or disabilities, digital textbooks offer amazing possibilities for customization. They can adjust font sizes, provide audio narration, or even translate text on the fly. It's about creating a learning experience that truly meets the needs of every student.
Okay, let's tackle a topic that I know can be a little controversial: social media in education. Many educators are hesitant to bring social media into the classroom, but what if we look at it from a different angle? What if, instead of fearing it, we harnessed its potential?
That's the key. Using social media thoughtfully and strategically. Think about it as a tool for collaboration, communication, and even building crucial 21st century skills. Students can connect with experts in different fields, share ideas with their peers, and engage in global discussions.
Imagine students working on group projects across different time zones, seamlessly sharing resources and feedback through social media platforms, or students participating in online debates and learning how to express themselves constructively in a digital environment.
Exactly. It's about teaching students how to be responsible digital citizens, how to critically evaluate information online, and how to leverage social media for positive, productive purposes.
And finally, we have mobile devices in the classroom. These have gone from being seen as a distraction to being embraced as powerful learning tools. What a shift.
It's remarkable how mobile technology has permeated every aspect of our lives, including education. Students can use their mobile devices to access educational apps, organize their schedules, take notes, even translate languages in real time. The possibilities are vast.
I can see how mobile devices would be game changers for group projects. Students can stay connected, share files,
Yeah.
collaborate on documents, all seamlessly, regardless of location.
Absolutely. And for students who may not have access to computers or the internet at home, mobile devices can bridge the digital divide. They provide access to educational resources anytime, anywhere,
Yeah.
which is crucial for equity and inclusion.
Wow, we've covered a lot of ground already. It's incredible to see how technology is transforming education in so many ways. From blended learning and flipped classrooms to gamification, digital textbooks, social media, and mobile devices. These trends are empowering students to become more active, engaged, and independent learners.
But it's important to remember that technology is just a tool. It's
Yeah.
how we use that tool,
Mhm.
how we integrate it into our teaching practices, and how we ensure that it benefits all students that will truly determine its impact on education.
That's a great point.
Mm.
It's not about simply throwing technology into the classroom and hoping for the best. It's about thoughtful implementation and a focus on what truly matters,
Sure.
student learning and growth.
And that brings us to an important question about the role of the teacher in this increasingly digital world.
Right. With all this technology, some people might wonder, do we even need teachers anymore?
But that's where it gets really interesting. Technology isn't meant to replace teachers. It's meant to empower them. It gives teachers more tools and resources to personalize learning and meet the diverse needs of their students.
So instead of standing at the front of the classroom delivering a one-size-fits-all lecture, teachers become more like facilitators or guides.
Exactly. They can use technology to track student progress, identify areas where students might be struggling, and provide individualized support. Technology also frees up teachers to focus on things that technology can't replicate, like mentoring students,
Right.
fostering creativity, and building those important relationships.
It's almost like having a co-pilot in the classroom. Technology can handle some of the routine tasks, allowing teachers to really focus on what they do best, inspiring and connecting with their students.
And that human connection is so crucial. No matter how advanced technology becomes, it can never replace the empathy, understanding,
Yeah.
and guidance that a good teacher provides.
It's all about finding that balance,
Right.
harnessing the power of technology while still preserving the essential role of the teacher.
Absolutely. It's about creating a learning environment where technology and human interaction work together to help students reach their full potential.
It's exciting to think about all the possibilities, but as with any new technology, there are challenges we need to consider.
Of course. One of the biggest challenges is ensuring equitable access to technology. Not all students have the same access to devices, reliable internet, or digital literacy skills.
That's a really important point. We need to make sure that every student, regardless of their background or socioeconomic status, has the opportunity to benefit from these technological advancements.
Absolutely. Bridging the digital divide is essential if we want to create a truly equitable education system.
And then there are concerns about data privacy and security,
Mm-hmm.
especially when it comes to student data.
That's a critical consideration. We need to ensure that student data is being protected and used responsibly. Schools and technology providers have a responsibility to implement strong policies and procedures to safeguard student privacy.
And let's not forget the importance of digital citizenship. Students need to be taught how to use technology responsibly, ethically, and safely.
Digital citizenship is essential in today's world. Students need to understand the impact of their online actions, how to protect their own privacy, and how to be responsible members of the online community.
It's not just about teaching them how to use the technology, but how to use it wisely and ethically.
Exactly. We need to equip them with the critical thinking skills they need to navigate the digital world safely and responsibly.
So, we've covered a lot of ground today, exploring the exciting possibilities of new technologies and acknowledging some of the challenges we need to address. But what does this all mean for you, the listener? Why should you care about these trends?
Because education shapes our future. The way we educate our children today will determine the kind of world we create tomorrow. By understanding these trends, we can all play a role in ensuring that technology is used to create a more equitable, engaging,
Yeah.
and effective education system for all learners.
That's a powerful message. We all have a responsibility to be informed, engaged,
Yeah.
and proactive in shaping the future of education.
And it's not just about policymakers and educators. Parents, students, and community members all have a role to play. We need open dialogues. We need to ask tough questions. And we need to work together to ensure that technology is used to empower, not divide.
It's about creating a future where technology enhances human connection, sparks creativity, and helps every learner reach their full potential.
And that's a future worth striving for.
So, to recap, we've explored some groundbreaking trends in educational technology, from blended learning and flipped classrooms to the exciting potential of gamification, digital textbooks, digital media fantasy, and mobile devices as learning tools. We've talked about the vital role of teachers in this evolving landscape and how technology can empower them to become even more effective facilitators of learning.
And we've highlighted some of the important challenges that come with integrating technology into education, like ensuring equitable access, protecting student data, and fostering responsible digital citizenship.
It's fascinating to see how these trends are shifting the focus of education from passive learning to active learning, from teacher-centered instruction to a more student-driven approach.
It's all about empowering students to take control of their learning, to become critical thinkers, problem solvers,
Yeah.
and lifelong learners.
And that's what I want to leave you with today, a thought-provoking question. As these trends continue to evolve and new technologies emerge, what will the long-term impact be on future generations? Will these changes create a generation of learners who are more adaptable, more creative, and more equipped to handle the complexities of a rapidly changing world?
Or will there be unforeseen consequences that we need to be prepared for? These are questions we need to grapple with as we navigate the exciting and sometimes uncertain terrain of educational technology.
It's a journey filled with possibilities and challenges, and it requires careful thought, deliberate implementation, and ongoing discussion.
The future of education is ultimately in our hands. It's up to us to ensure that technology is used to create a world where all learners have the opportunity to thrive.
And that wraps up our deep dive into the world of new technology trends in schools. We hope you found this exploration insightful and, dare I say, fun. Please don't forget to follow the European Association for Higher Education Advancement on YouTube and social media.